You know, one of the great things about working here at Tekzilla is the opportunity to request all sorts of cool gear from vendors for this year's holiday wish list. And no person was more eager to select her gift ideas than Tekzilla's own associate producer, Serafina Kernberger. Welcome back to the show. Yay! So, let me guess, you picked all GPS-related stuff.
Not completely.
Not
no.
all.
There's a few. So the first thing, which actually I don't have in here with me, is the Spot Satellite Personal Tracker. Basically, it's just a little device that records your GPS as you go, and basically it's designed for so for example, I went on a motorcycle trip 3,000 miles across the desert by myself a few months ago, and as you might guess, my mom was a little bit worried.
I was worried when you went on this trip. I think we all were.
You know, you're out in the middle of nowhere, anything could happen. What are you gonna do? This will help you out in that situation. Basically, you program it to have an emergency contact, and so you press a button and 911 services emergency are dispatched to your location right then and there. And also, even if there's not an emergency situation, you can send a link to a Google Maps page to track your progress in real time.
Oh, so people can see where you're going and make sure that you're still on the road and safe and okay and not in some hospital or ravine somewhere.
Exactly.
Good. Excellent. What else you got?
So next up I have the ContourHD helmet cam. Now this is the previous version. They have a newer 1080p version. This is just 720p. Basically, it's just, I should have brought my helmet in here too, but it just sits on your helmet and...
is it on the top? Like, do you look like a unicorn with the camera on top?
It comes with a mount where you can put anywhere on. You can put it on a bicycle helmet, motorcycle helmet, ski goggles. It has a goggle mount. And so yeah, the record button is, you just slide it forward and it records.
Oh, neat.
So that you can do it on the go. You don't have to stop to turn it on.
Now, is the memory internal, or does it have to hook up to something?
No, it comes with a micro SD card right here.
Sweet. That's awesome.
It holds up to 16 gigs per card, and so then you can just swap it out.
I would just wear that to like concerts and stuff.
I know, yeah.
So you don't have to hold. You know how your arm gets tired, like recording something for a really long time. Just have it on your head.
Just wear a helmet into a concert.
Yeah. I mean, people have done weirder things, right?
That's true. So this version, the HD, you can even choose between SD and HD. There's a little switch here, SD or HD, so that it can be 720p or 480.
So that way you can have a little more recording time if you need it.
Right. And the 1080p version supports 60 frames per second. This one only supports 30 frames per second, which comes in really helpful. Like, you can imagine if you're on the road going by and there's signs and things that are right there on the roadside, you can't really see them at 30 frames per second if you're going 60 miles an hour. So the 60 frames per second feature will help a lot for that.
So how much is that going to set you back?
So the 720p version is $250 and the newer 1080p version is $330.
What's this thing here?
So this, well, actually, let me
skip another one. I'm sorry, I'm curious.
It's just because this goes hand in hand. Adobe Premiere Elements, because you need something to edit all that footage, and I have been taking home the MacBook Pro with Final Cut on it, and I need something of my own to run on my Windows machine at home.
Ah, okay. So no more stealing office supplies.
Exactly.
You need your own gear.
Borrowing, yes.
I see how it goes.
Just on the weekends.
What's next?
On my own time. So this is the Celestron SkyScout. It's been out for a few years, but I think it is a really neat product, and I would spend hours with this thing. Basically, you can just point it up at the sky, and it has your GPS coordinates in here along with your location and all that good stuff. And you can point it at the sky, and it'll tell you what the constellation is, what the stars are, the history, the mythology behind the constellations. If you want to look for a specific constellation, you can find it on here, and then it'll show you where it is in the sky.
Wow.
And all that kind of stuff. And actually, Patrick did a review on an iPhone application that did similar things. But until the Google Sky Maps application on my Android gets a little bit more refined, I will stick with this.
Now, is that a Roku box over there?
It is. My fifth and last gadget is the Roku, because I just think it is a great, paired with a Netflix account specifically, it's a great interface for watching movies, especially, Revision 3 is now on there, so all the
Take your work home with you?
Sort of. Flickr, Pandora, it's all in one. Hook it up.
Well, that was an excellent list. You got some good suggestions on there, especially for people who are out and about on the go kind of thing.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Very nice.